And we are going to start just laying down on the ground. So you can take a comfortable spot lying on the ground. And once you get down here, you can kind of stretch out a little bit. Take up some space, so we stretch your legs, point your toes, reach up overhead. Yeah, whatever feels good. And then take some deep breaths as well. Nice. All right, and then we're going to take one knee and just hug it up to your chest. And just one knee. Take some deep breaths here with that knee hugged up to your chest. And you can even make little circles with it if you want, maybe pulling it off to the side. And then maybe across a little bit. Just kind of opening up your hip nice and gentle. And just taking some deep breaths. All right, and we'll switch legs. Let's grab that other knee. Hug it up to your chest. And again, you can kind of pull it out to the side or across. Maybe just making a little circle. Or just holding in one place as you take those deep breaths. All right, and then next we're going to bring both knees up. Big hug. Maybe you can even grab under your knees to really pull your knees up as high as you can. Get that stretch through your low back. Still breathing deep. Just giving that big hug to your knees. Yeah, pulling them up to your chest. Okay, leave your knees up, but let go with your hands. And then drop them off to one side. And you're going to try to leave your shoulders on the ground and your knees together as you drop them off to the side, which may be difficult. You'll feel a stretch as you twist. Take a couple deep breaths here. And again, just try to keep your knees together. Try to keep your shoulders on the ground if possible. And still taking those nice deep breaths. All right, keeping your knees together, you're going to bring them back to the middle and then drop them down to the other side. And again, try to squeeze your knees together the whole time you're doing that. And then we'll hang out on this side for a few breaths. Again, try to keep those shoulders down, knees together. Okay, we'll keep those knees together, bring them back to the center, and drop them off to that first side we started on. Just one breath, and then we'll bring those knees back to center, and drop them to the other side. And so again, trying to use your legs to squeeze your knees together, and then using your core to pull them back up to the middle, and then drop them down to the other side. And meanwhile, try to keep those shoulders flat on the ground. And we're just going to switch sides. Kind of once you drop your knees down to one side, just kind of one breath, and then switch to the other side. Nice. Okay, we'll do that maybe like 3 more times. Okay, now you're going to leave your knees up, knees bent together and just up, straight up in front. And then you're going to pull your hands, you're going to set your hands straight and reach kind of towards your toes. And then you're going to pull your shoulder blades off the ground. So you're almost in like this little crunch, kind of reaching forward with your hands, and your knees are bent. And we're going to hold here. Take a couple of deep breaths. ahead and lift your feet and your knees stay up, knees together. And we're gonna pull those shoulder blades up off the ground and we're gonna hold here again. Three, two, one, and we'll rest again. Just bringing your feet down and your shoulders down. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time, and this time, when we come up, your arms are kind of straight ahead, and what we're gonna do is you're gonna like pull your arms down and then raise them back up again, but only like a few inches, and we're gonna try to like pulse with your arms as we're in that kind of crunch position. Okay, let's try it. Ready, set, go. So pick your feet up, pull your shoulders up off the ground, and your hands are reaching straight ahead, and you're like push your hands to the ground and then lift them back up again. So we're just gonna kind of like, yes. And you can get going faster if you're feeling it, but stay in control, kind of pushing down and then pulling your arms straight back up. And you're just moving them maybe like 5 to 6 inches. Nice. And yeah, keep your shoulders up off the ground. And hang out here for 10 more seconds. Three, two, one. All right, we'll rest, come back down. Really nice, good job with that. And now we're gonna do that again, and we're gonna do the same thing with our arms. So you're gonna be like pulsing your arms. You're gonna be up in a little crunch, shoulders up off the ground, but we're gonna actually just kind of like bicycle with our feet. So we're gonna pull one knee up and then the other knee up. And so we'll be kind of cycling with your feet as you're pulsing with your arms. Okay, let's try it. Ready, set, go. So pick your feet up off the ground, knees up, shoulders up off the ground, hands forward, pulsing with your arms. And then we're gonna go right knee up, left knee down, and then we'll switch. Left knee up, right knee down. And you're just kind of pulsing with your arms and bicycling with your feet. Yes, very nice. And trying to keep that shoulders up off the ground, tension through your arms, keeping them straight, pushing down, pulling up. Okay, we'll do these for 10 more seconds. Three, two, one. All right, rest. We'll take a little break and we're gonna do that same thing one more time, just like last time. So kind of slowly doing like a bicycle with your feet, shoulders up off the ground and arms pulsing. But we'll rest another like 10 seconds before we go again. We're gonna do it one more time. All right, 3, 2, 1. So knees up, arms straight, shoulders up off the ground, pulsing with your arms. And then cycling with your legs. One knee up, one leg straight, and then switch. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and rest. And as you're resting, we're gonna roll on over. So we'll be on your front, and you can kind of keep stretching and just hang out here for a moment as we rest. Oh dang, I just noticed there's a hole in my sweater. No wonder I'm so cold. No. All right, so we'll go ahead and come on up to your hands and knees. And we're gonna do a little bit of our cat-cow. And so remember, cat, you're tucking your chin, tucking your tail, arching your spine, pushing your chest as far away from the ground as you can get it, and then dropping into cow, chest comes down, tail goes up, chin goes up, and then back into cat. And you're just kind of cycling on your own, keeping those breaths nice and steady, deep breaths. And again, it's okay to kind of be rocking back and forth or swaying side to side, just whatever feels good. And we'll do maybe like get one more each. And then we'll come back to neutral, so your back is nice and flat, hands and knees still on the ground. And then we're going to take your right arm and reach up and kick back with your left leg at that same time. Try to keep your back flat as you reach into this bird dog. And we're going to hold here for a few. So just extending right arm, left leg, taking a couple breaths. And then we'll bring it back down to the ground and we'll switch. Right leg, left arm, extend. Try to keep your back nice and flat as you do this. Midline is tight, belly button to spine. Just extending left arm and right leg. All right, we'll bring those back down to the ground. And then we'll go back to the side we started on. Right arm, left leg, extend. All right, and then as we come back down, we're going to pull our right elbow to our left knee. And you're going to try to keep your arm and leg hovering off the ground and touch your elbow to knee. We're going to hold here. All right, and then extend. Right arm, left leg still on the same side. All right, and then pull elbow to knee again. We're going to try to hold here for 3, 2, 1, and then extend again. And pull back together, elbow to knee. Hold for 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 2 more times. Extend. Big breath. And then elbow to knee. Holding here. 3, 2, 1. Extend. Last one. Good big extension. Nice breath. And then hug elbow to knee. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand and knee back down to the ground. And then we're going to sit back into child's pose for a second. So your butt comes back to your heels, chest goes down, arms out in front. Just kind of taking this as like a little rest position. Couple deep breaths. And then we'll come back and switch to the other side. So now we've got our hands and knees again nice and neutral. And we're going to reach left hand, right leg, extend. Big stretch here. Keeping your back nice and flat. And then you're going to pull your elbow to knee. And really try to touch that elbow to knee if you can. And we'll hold here. 3, 2, 1. And extend. Nice stretch. Kicking that leg back. And then pull elbow to knee. 3, 2, 1. And extend. And pull back, elbow to knee. Squeeze tight and hold here. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Extend. We'll do 2 more. Nice stretch here. And then pulling elbow to knee. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, 1. Extend. Last one. Good stretch, flat back, tight midline, belly button to spine. And then pull elbow to knee. Keep breathing. Holding here, last hold. 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and place those hands and knees back down to the ground. Push that butt back to your heels. And get a couple breaths here in child's pose. All right, then next, we're gonna put our elbows down, and then you're gonna step your feet back, and so we're gonna be in a little low plank here, and we're just gonna hold here. So ready, set, go, into your low plank. And again, try to push your chest away from the ground, keeping space between the ground and your chest as much as possible. Keeping your hips up in line with your shoulders, belly button to spine. We'll be here 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and put your knees down. And then we're going to take your butt back to your hips. Right arm under your armpit. And then twisting up. And so we're going to do some of our little thoracic twists. Nice. Okay, one more of these, and then we're gonna go back into that low plank, and then we'll do our thoracic twist on the other side. So I was working with my right side this time, so try not to forget what side you were on. Okay, and then you'll kind of reach forward and put those forearms back down, elbows to the ground. Step back onto your toes. Ready, set, go. We're gonna hang out in this low plank for 20 seconds. Active with your shoulders, chest away from the ground, belly button to spine, hips and shoulders in line. 10 more seconds. Keep breathing nice and deep. 3, 2, 1. So you can go ahead and place those knees down and push yourself back a little bit, and then we're going to do those thoracic twists on the other side. So I was going right arm twisting last time, so this time my left arm is going to twist up and then into my armpit. Okay, one more of these, and we're going to go back into that low plank again. So again, go ahead and reaching forward a little bit, placing those forearms, elbows down, toes down. Ready, set, go. Yeah, active shoulders, pushing that ground away. Belly button to spine. Keep breathing. Really helps. Even loud breaths can be nice and distracting, which is nice. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, 1, and place those knees back down and push back. And we're going to do these twists again, back to that right side. So back to the side you started on. We'll do some more of these twists. Okay, one more twist. Okay, and then we'll come back into that low plank. So reaching forward, putting your forearms, this is our last plank, Forearms down, elbows down, toes down, ready, set, go. Keep breathing. Ten more seconds, we got this. 3, 2, 1, and put those knees down and push it back, and we'll do our thoracic twist on the other side. Second time through on that second side. All right, we'll do like one more. All right, nice work. And we'll take a little break. Now is a little break time. So you can grab some water. You know, we're like warming up our core and our shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be sort of wrong.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm just going to run really fast to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry, I drink too much coffee, I think.
What are you doing today, Julie? Hannah has, we got to take Hannah to the salon right after this. And then when we drop her off, then I come home and try to, vacuum and wash all of her blankets. So when she comes home, yeah. And then the boys come over usually around 2:30 or 3. Oh, today's Friday. They come and spend the night. Oh, fun. Yeah. So, how about you? Well, I just have to head out to Costco after this. Do things. Yeah, Costco. What's the closest Costco out there? Up in Arlington, on 172nd, about Smoky Point. Yeah. They're building a new one out by Silver
the one up in Arlington. Usually you just park right up front, get in, get my thing, and get out. It's so much different than the one in Issaquah.
Oh, yeah, the one here in Everett, I think it's a nightmare, parking and.
Wow. Even after I retired, I would get there first thing on a Thursday morning, and you're still parking way to that corner and huge lines.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no lines. I can park up front, and then I'm in and out. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Costco to me.
Yeah.
But I've ordered Costco on Instacart, so you don't have all the same choices, but the things that we usually get at Costco, I usually order and you pay a fee to Instacart once a year and get the delivery person.
I've been stocking up on cat food lately. I heard that there's going to be shortage of cat food and toilet and paper towels or something else I can't remember. But anyway, so I'm trying to, you can't get cat food at Costco, but I'm trying to, it's already starting to get off the shelves, so start ordering online or something. Don't want to run out of cat food.
Order a couple extra bags of dog food. I get that at Amazon delivery for dog food. We've kind of gotten everything set up where we almost never go in a store.
That's pretty nice.
So.
That's my only time for going anywhere is to, because I don't really go out and do anything fun. So going to the store is kind of a big deal. That's my thrill of the week.
That's true. Yeah. We talked about doing something fun.
Yeah. It's fun to dream.
But then I just heard there's a Omicron 2B or something. So Omicron, well, it's supposed to start dipping, but there's a new Omicron.
Oh, that's so depressing.
And it's supposed to still be more mild symptoms and then drop quickly, but so it might only be 3 weeks or whatever.
And is it contagious is the first one?
Yeah, but it's still really, really contagious, so it doesn't matter. It still keeps me from.
It's just going to be one wave after another. Who knows? 3 years.
Yeah.
Until we've all gotten it, and then there's, some kind of immunity from the new variants.
But it's not the kind of virus that you can get only one time. It's and I think that I was listening to some stuff about the plague, and it was the same back then. You would get the plague, and if you managed to survive somehow, you could get it again. And it's the same with COVID.
Oh yeah, it was of Omicron reoccurring.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's annoying.
It's annoying. It's so annoying. I know it is. It's really annoying. But we have this virtual space, which is nice.
I've already been telling myself we got a few more years of this. I started to feel hopeful last May, thinking that we're near the end.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. But it's also it does feel I still feel even with the new variant, it does seem like it's spreading a little bit more outside. But I still feel especially with a mask and outside, I feel like we can still see people at least outside.
Nicer,
Yeah.
We have more options here.
Yeah. Or at least for me personally, that's been good because I can still do all of my Frisbee coaching. I've been able to been meeting with those kids since the last summer. Like you said, kind of that. Once we started to learn how to deal with it,
Yeah. Don't just wash your hands, sanitize.
Yeah, so much hand sanitizer.
Hands are getting so dry.
Okay, that was a nice little break from our stretching and little core work. And so for the last part of today, we're gonna just work for 40 seconds and rest for 20 seconds for each minute through some rounds of movements. And so we'll have 5 moves that we'll go through 3 rounds, maybe 3.5 if we have time. And so the first movement, and actually here, we'll just get started, and the first round will be our practice round. And so you'll learn the movements the first round, and if you're only getting a couple seconds of the movement in, while we're figuring it out, that's totally fine. Okay, I'm also trying to play around with using this new timer, so getting it started over here. Scared me. I don't know if you heard that, it made a whistling sound. Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna do that. Okay, so the first thing I know we're all standing now, but we're gonna be back on the ground to start. And the first thing we're gonna do is just roll up to your toes. And so you can just lay back down and then roll up to your toes. And again, it's okay if we only get a couple. Yeah, last week was kind of leg day. Today's a little bit of a midline day.
Yeah.
But these are nice and slow. And we're just gonna do them for 10 more seconds. And again, each minute we're gonna get 20 seconds of pure rest. But if you wanna rest before that, that's totally fine. All right, 3, 2, 1. So now we get to kind of rest a second. And we're gonna roll over onto one side. And we're gonna do a little side plank next. And so you'll be on, like, if I'm on my left side, my left elbow's down. And then if you want, you can place this left knee down as well. And then your right foot will kind of just be hanging out. Ready, set, go. So you can kind of hang out on that bottom leg if you want. And then if you want, you can pull this leg up into the air, or you could just let it rest on the ground. And we're gonna hang out here for 20 seconds, and then we'll switch to the other side. So we'll do 20 seconds per side on our side. 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll switch sides. Make sure I can see my timer where I'm at. We got 10 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1, and then we'll rest. Okay, we're gonna stay down here for the next part, and we're gonna do mountain climbers next. So you'll be in a plank, hands on the ground, and then you just drive one knee up to your chest and then the other. But don't start yet. We got 10 more seconds to rest.
You're gonna kill us with planks today, aren't you?
Yes, death by planks. 3, 2, 1, go. And again, if you need to take a break before the 40 seconds is up, that's totally fine. You know, just like set your knees down, shake your wrists out, and get back to it. And moving just as much as you can for the 40 seconds, but resting as needed as well. Halfway. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, another 20-second break. And then next we're gonna do inchworms. And if your wrists are kind of starting to get tight from these, sometimes I kind of like keep a fist when I do my inchworms, and so like walking like on my fists can help to keep my wrists like straight as opposed to flexed. All right, 3, 2, 1, inchworms. And so I'm not sure if you can see this, but like kind of walking on my knuckles, like almost like making a fist like this, and walking can help if my wrists are getting tight.
Okay.
Just if you want. And we'll just walk out into plank, and then back up to standing. We'll do these for 20 more seconds. Ugh. Okay, but these are definitely getting easier, right? 3, 2, 1, rest, stay standing. And the next one we're gonna do is you'll have an item or maybe an imaginary item. I'll use this real item just to show you. And we're just gonna tap it with our toes. And you can go as fast or as slow as you want. Ready, set, go. And again, it can be an imaginary item, but you're just kind of like kicking it. And again, if you want to go a little faster, you can, or just keep it moving step, step. Okay, and then after these 40 seconds, we'll rest 20 seconds again, and we'll go back to the beginning. So that's the end of one round. "20 more seconds for our toe taps. And we still get 20 seconds to rest after these as well. 3, 2, 1, rest. Perfect. Okay, we'll go back to those roll-ups. But again, we still get 20 seconds every round for a little breather. 10 more seconds.
I forgot what's at the beginning.
These roll-ups where you start flat. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, exactly. like, wait, what was it called? Was that Hannah? No? Okay. It was from... Maybe it was one of my dogs. Because they're up in the house making sounds for sure, but sometimes I can't tell if it's them or not. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. And next is our side plank. But we get to rest first. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, I think I mentioned to you all a few weeks ago about how the one lady let her dog poop on our trash can.
Yes.
And I think I maybe mentioned how like our neighbors on the corner here have like 5 signs that say like, be a good neighbor. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. You know, like leash and scoop, be a good neighbor. And they have like 4 signs like all around the corner, maybe 5 around this whole side of their house because they're on the corner next to us here. And anyway, it's like so weird. They have a puppy. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next is our mountain climber. So we're in that plank driving our knees up to our chest. But they have like a puppy over there. It's like some kind of like, it looks like a border collie golden doodle thing because it's like black and white spotty, but it's fluffy like a golden doodle. 3, 2, 1, mountain climbers. And it's also really funny, her name is Sally. Like when we hear her yelling at her, they're like, Sally, Sally. But okay, so again, these people that have the signs about like, be a good neighbor, blah, blah, blah. And several times a day, they let this puppy out through their front yard, which again, like we're out here in this neighborhood, everybody has fully fenced backyards. Like they have an entire fully fenced backyard. And multiple times a day, they let their puppy out of their front yard. And she comes out into our yard and runs around in our front yard and like poops and pees in our front yard. And they like come over and clean it up. 3, 2, 1, rest. But still it's like you can't really just be letting your dog run over here. Like, what if I'm trying to like take Eden to the vet and like she'll come, like yesterday she came up and was just like barking at Rory while he was getting out of his car. It's like, no, we live here. Inchworms! 3, 2, 1, go! And then also when she's out in the yard, the dogs are inside just losing their minds when she's just like kind of prancing around in our front yard. And I'm just like, what is going on in their heads? Like, why are they letting their dog do that? Like, it's multiple times a day. It's not just like, oh, oopsie. It's like their routine is to just let Sally come poop and pee in our front yard. Like, what is that? And so Rory and I are like, what do we, like, next time we see them, like, oh, do y'all need a leash? Like, oh, is it time for us to build a fence? Like, I don't know, what do you say to somebody who's, like, just doing that? Especially the person that has the be a good neighbor sign. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, stay standing. We're gonna do those toe taps next. That was just a little story to get you through the second round. Nice. All right. 3, 2, 1. Toe taps. I don't know, I just feel like if Spike somehow got into someone else's yard, even if it was my neighbor's yard, I would be like mortified. I would be like so embarrassed. I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, let's come back later and do this again every day, multiple times.
You can take a picture of your dogs over to them and just say, hey, these are my dogs that are sometimes in our front yard. You might not want your dog in our front yard.
Well, I mean, you've come into our yard and you've seen them in the front window barking at you. Like, he sees them in there barking at him. Like, when he's out, exactly. And also, it's like, that part doesn't even matter. 3, 2, 1, rest. Wow, those toe taps went by fast. Okay, we're gonna go back to our roll-ups. Where, because they, like, that's the part too where, like, Rory and I want to be like, look, like, our dog might bite your dog. This is, like, a problem. 3, 2, 1, go. But at the same time it's like, it shouldn't be about our dogs, really. It's like, your dog is the one being inappropriate. Like, you can't just let your dog off leash run around in your neighbor's yard. Like, you have no idea what kind of dangers there are gonna be out here, like, for our dog or your dog. And like, even though she is like a really cute little puppy, you know, like she just came charging around the corner barking at Rory yesterday when he was getting out of his car. It's like, you don't get to be defensive of our yard. And then yeah, of course, like no one wants her to get bit or injured or anything. 3, 2, 1, rest. But it's like, you know, I could be like having to take Eden somewhere or like just opening the door, you know, and like she's out there. Yeah, and it's just so bizarre. Like, I thought, when I first saw her, you know, it was kind of like, oh yeah, no big deal, like, she got out, you know? But then it was like, okay, every day, multiple times. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, side plank. So it's like, okay, this wasn't like an accident, it was just like your plan. And then as she gets older and bigger, is this just the routine? Like, she always comes out here? It's been a couple months now, like, she's what's that?
It's easier for her, she doesn't have to pick up the poop.
Well, no, because they come over here and pick up the poop, which is like kind of a part of it too. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Like, so it's good that they're picking it up and stuff, but like, then they're in our yard, like walking around to pick up the poop and stuff, and so the dogs are just losing their minds like multiple times a day.
That's weird.
I know, and it's like, I can't even really like train them either in those moments because I don't know when they're gonna be there. 3, 2, 1, rest. Mountain climbers are next. You know, so I can't be like, oh, okay, we're gonna like get a lot of treats ready and like make sure that they can like be good and not distracted with someone in the yard, you know, because I have no idea when they're gonna be there. It's just like 3, 2, 1, mountain climbers. And again, like, I'm not, you know, if your puppy is out and running around, like, you know, I want to be sympathetic to that. But when it's like, okay, wait, so your routine, your plan is to like just let this dog come over here multiple times a day.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to just kind of talk to them saying, you know, that you don't want your dog in your yard.
Right, yeah, like, so I've noticed this is like not a fluke, like, it's really not safe.
Want your landlord to go talk to him?
3, 2, 1, rest. I know, and that's what, like I said, is like, if it were me, like the first time, like, whether or not I saw some dogs like barking at me in the window, I would just be like, oh my God, did their like Ring camera catch me? Like, I would be so embarrassed, like, about my dog just like running off leash in someone else's yard. 3, 2, 1, inchworms. Dang inchworms.
I'm getting tired.
I itching my feet or my hands.
Either's fine, either. Just keep moving. Whichever way you want to do it. We're doing great. 10 more seconds for your inchworms.
My legs are getting spread further and further apart to make it not as far now.
No, that's a good hack for the inchworms. You don't have to go as far if your stance is wide. Okay, 3, 2, 1, rest. Stay standing. We'll do our toe taps next. Yeah, toe taps next in 10 seconds. I know, yeah, it's just so weird. I'm like, who are these people? And they're the ones who have the be a good neighbor sign. 3, 2, 1, go. Like, they have 4 signs in their yard that say leash and scoop. And I'm like, what? Do I need to put one of your leash and scoop signs just like right here between our 2 yards? Like, first word, leash.
Mine's in your yard.
Leash. The leash is the important part too. Like, I don't know, it's just so weird to me. And that's where like I ruined it by being nice the first time I saw her, you know, we're being like, oh, you know, it's fine, she got out, you know, and now it's like, wait, okay, I didn't know that means she comes over 3 times a day.
Oh, okay. You did misunderstand. You're saying you didn't mind.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, and again, it was just like the first time, you know, because she ran over and he's trying to call her and she's not coming back because she's a puppy. Okay, rest. What do y'all think? You want to do one more time?
Sure.
Yes! Well, okay, roll ups. In 10 seconds. Yeah, because again, I wasn't trying to be like, oh, it's fine that you do this all the time. It was more just like, oh yeah, like here's your dog back. It's okay. 3, 2, 1, roll-ups. Art, roll-ups. Okay, but last time for all this stuff. Just one more time for everything. Anyway, that was a good story to get us through the workout. And again, yeah, like nothing bad has happened. You know, they're picking up the poop. Like again, the dogs are just losing their minds when she comes over. It's not like, you know, no one's got at her or anything yet. 10 more seconds. But it's just a very bizarre situation. 3, 2, 1. Rest a little bit. And then we'll do side planks. It is interesting though, because it's different. You know, like a cat would be fine. The neighbor's cats are always in our yard, and that's fine. 3, 2, 1, go! And then it's funny too, Rory's always like, his mind goes to like different places than mine does, which he's like, you know, I'm gonna be out there weed whacking one day and she's gonna run up to me and I'm gonna get her. And I'm like, what? When are you weed whacking? Like, you've used that weed whacker like 2 times. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Or I think I told you too, I'm always worried that I might like get a ticket if I'm parked somewhere where I'm not supposed to. And he's always like, we're gonna get towed, we can't park here. I'm like, towed? What? Three, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, mountain climbers. We're almost done. 3 minutes left. 3, 2, 1. Mountain climb. I think this is the hardest one. For me anyway. 10 more seconds for the mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. Inchworms. But first we rest. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Inchworm. 2 minutes left. We got it.
What time are they coming?
10 more seconds for our inchworms. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, we'll just do our toe taps and then we're done. Yeah, we did it. And we still have 10 more seconds to rest. 3, 2, 1, go! All right, our last 40 seconds for our toe taps. Yeah, doing great. Three, 2, 1.